So I'll say a few things to wrap up, which is basically it's our thoughts that are causing the problems. And our thoughts are not really a problem. There's no problem with thoughts. They're just ornaments of the reality. They're manifestations of what is. But when we identify with them, when we believe them, when we think that the thoughts are our thoughts, that's a wrong interpretation, isn't it? They're just thoughts arising, like clouds in the sky, like birds, flowers, plants. They're not ours. When you see a cloud in the sky, you don't say that's my cloud. That's just a cloud, not your creation. It's an expression of the divine. The same with your thoughts. They're not your thoughts. And the content of thoughts aren't always true. We've been conditioned to believe that we are separate entities, subject to birth and death. When you let the thoughts slip away, you're no longer hypnotized by them. Then what comes to you is being, peace, happiness. And the being, peace, happiness is one with everything. It's not distinct. So in terms of self-inquiry, it's hugely valuable. Because then we can say, well, what are we? And then the mind's tendency is to identify as this, the body-mind. But then in the light of awareness, in the light of peace and bliss, we can see our true identity is that. Peace, bliss, awareness. That's what. When everything goes, that still remains. In deep sleep, when the body, mind, and world have gone, there's still presence, bliss. In samadhi, samadhi is this meditative state where the body, mind, and world have gone, like in sleep, but we're still awake. Then we're just at one with our true nature. Then there's just a waking experience of peace, bliss, consciousness. What's sometimes called pure consciousness. In that kind of state, it's very easy to see your true nature because the thoughts aren't there and the veiling of body, mind, world is not there. What's left is just what is, the source, fundamental. And the mind can reorientate itself and realize that's what we are. The mind's not that important at the end of the day. The mind will sometimes understand it, or think it understands it, and then sometimes it won't. The mind will oscillate between clarity and confusion. Maybe. But all the while, there is you being. All there is being. Don't think Tom is saying anything. Tom isn't saying anything. Just being. Don't think you are thinking anything. Don't think you are doing anything. You're not doing anything. You're not thinking anything. Even though it appears that way. Even though you might be doing something and there might be thoughts. You're not doing anything. You're not being anything. You're not thinking anything, sorry. There's just an appearance. There's just being. Everything you see, perceive is just being. It's just spirit. And that's what you are. When you start to believe the thoughts that you're a body mind, notice how that causes suffering. But then come back to peace and being. Have the faith and have the courage to come back to peace and being and see what happens. You might think, well, what will I do if I don't identify as the body mind? Try it. You notice the body mind will take care of itself. Just as Jesus said, look at the lilies in the field. They neither toil nor spin. They don't worry. If God is looking after these lilies, imagine how much more God will look after you. Because we can let God deal with our life. We didn't create our life. We didn't create our body. We didn't create our minds. It's all God's doing. It's all God's business. Let God deal with God's business. Your business is just being. Don't forget, Ramana says, if we give our burdens to God, He'll carry them all. He'll bear all our burdens. So if we have love and faith in Ramana, we must also listen to his teachings. Have love and faith in his teaching. Faith and knowledge go together. When you let go, you learn to understand. The more you understand, the more you let go. It all dissolves into presence being, which is all there is.